I was born and raised in a rural area with a pretty high poverty rating, but due to my dad's job and my mom coming from money, neither me nor my little brother ever wanted for much of anything. Don't get me wrong, we were raised to live modestly, but we lived a comfortable, upper middle class existence. A nice house, a 2-car garage, a sprawling yard, good schools. But that was nothing compared to my friend Kate's life. She had one of those last names where you can just tell. Obviously, I'm not going to give her full name here. It was like, I don't know, Washington, Hayworth, Davenport. Her family wasn't just well off, they were money. I lived in a decent neighborhood. They lived on a gigantic piece of property, farmlands accumulated and passed down over generations, a house that had been renovated and expanded upon every decade. They owned a lot of cars, a lot of horses. Kate rode competitively in national competitions. People used to half joke that if they ever packed up and left, the local economy would crash. There were 4 kids. Kate's older brother Henry, 4 years older than us, and then her twin brother and sister, Matthew and Sophia, 6 years younger than us. I'd known Kate since elementary school, but we only became very good friends our senior year of high school, where we both got minor parts in the school play. Around Thanksgiving, her mom got the diagnosis. Cancer, aggressive. They'd caught it far too late. All the money in the world, private doctors, the best hospitals at their feet, and that was that. Shortly before Valentine's Day, Kate's mom died. They'd been close, and she was devastated. I tried my best, but I don't think I tried hard enough. I'd never experienced the loss of a close family member. I couldn't even comprehend what she was going through. Kate gradually withdrew, and though we tried to get her back out of the shell she'd built up around herself, I did know firsthand what it was like to just feel numb. Then, right before graduation, she seemed to come back to life. Sort of. At first, it seemed motivated by sheer rage. Her dad, she said, had eloped, met some 20-something online and married her. He claimed to have met her in April, but Kate privately remarked she wouldn't be surprised if they'd been talking long before the cancer diagnosis. She and Henry were furious, but he was away at college on the other side of the country and couldn't do much about it, since their father was the one paying for it. The twins, 11 years old, seemed merely confused by the whole thing. If that slut thinks she can come in my mom's house and act like she owns the place, I'll fucking kill her, Kate said, among other things, voice cracking over the phone. I swear to fucking God I will. I wasn't sure whether to commiserate or to play devil's advocate. I tried to do both. She probably doesn't even want to be a mom. Come on, she's what, a year or 2 older than your older brother? She'd better not, Kate snapped. No one needs a mom in this house except the twins, and she sure as hell won't be theirs. The new wife moved in a few days after we graduated from high school. Kate's initial reports of her were confused. The woman's name was Charlotte. She was in possession of a college degree in fine arts. She was not blonde, naturally or artificially. She didn't look anything like the stereotypical second wife. She dressed conservatively, didn't drink, and was apparently very religious. She was also perfectly polite, to Kate's outrage. I witnessed the mysterious Charlotte firsthand when I was invited over to dinner a week after the move-in. Kate's dad, Arthur, looked smitten, barely taking his eyes off Charlotte all night. "She's helped this family so much," he said repeatedly, as I picked at the very rich gravy on my meat. "And she's quite the cook, isn't she, kids? This is delicious, Char." "Thank you," Charlotte said modestly, hands clasped gracefully in her lap, blouse impeccable, skirt no higher than her knees. "It's the least a woman can do, to cook for her family." The twins ate silently, heads bowed. I'd never seen them this quiet before. Both Matt and Sophie had reputations for being more than a little spoiled and demanding, but I hadn't seen much of them since the funeral. Kate glowered next to me. "Oh, my, we forgot to say grace." Charlotte spoke up suddenly. "I can't believe it." "Oh, never mind. I'll start. Come on, everyone." Her voice was soothing. It reminded me of one of my elementary school teachers, gathering everyone for story time. Kate's family had never been very religious, last I heard, but I didn't want to be rude, and I took Matt's hand next to me and reached for hers. She jerked away, shaking her head viciously. "I'm not saying it," she muttered. "Catherine?" her father said warningly, and I cringed. I didn't want to bear witness to a meltdown right now. "I'm not saying it," she shot back. "We never said it before." "You need to listen to your father, Katie," Charlotte said calmly. "This is important to us as a family now." I shifted in my chair, wondering if I could claim digestive problems as an excuse to leave. "Us? A family?" Kate echoed mockingly. "You're fucking delusional. And don't call me Katie. I'm not 10 years old, you..." Charlotte gasped silently at her outburst, and Arthur looked ready to explode, but Kate was stalking out of the dining room as it was, and I beat a hasty retreat as well. Although I felt a bit guilty leaving the twins there to finish dinner, with two clearly unhappy adults alone. I wasn't keen to head back over there anytime soon after that, and throughout the summer, I heard frequent updates on Charlotte. She'd made an extensive chore list for Kate and the twins. On the one hand, I didn't think any of them had ever done any chores in their life, so this probably would have been a shock either way. On the other hand, according to Kate, she had the twins scrubbing down bathrooms for hours on end, until they were up to her standards, and vacuuming and sweeping up and down flights of stairs. Their usual housekeepers had been let go, as had the cook. The horses were being sold off. Charlotte didn't like animals. All of the twins' electronics had been taken away. Kate had been informed that she was being trusted with her phone and computer. Matt and Sophie would be homeschooled starting next year. Charlotte was to be addressed as Mom. A new family picture had already been taken and proudly hung above the mantel. I thought it was probably a good thing Kate would be off to college by the middle of August, or she might just make good on her previous threats of murder. I also thought there was a chance Kate might have been exaggerating. Had Charlotte come off as condescending, maybe even a little manipulative? Sure. Lilith incarnate? Probably not. But that changed a few days before we were both due to head off to college. I was busy going through and either packing up or debating whether to give away 17 years worth of crap when she texted me. "I found some dirt on her, finally. 12:10 p.m. "What?" 12:12 p.m. "She's got some list of guys. I found it in the master bedroom where only she's allowed to clean. 12:13 p.m. "Huh?" 12:13 p.m. "I I think they're old sugar daddies, or guys she's conned, or something. It's shady as fuck. 12:14 p.m. Is it just names? 12:15 p.m. And dates. I'll Skype you later. 12:15 p.m. She never did. I texted her after dinner, asking if she'd found anything else, and got no response for another 2 hours. Cam, call the police now. 9:10 p.m. What? 9:10 p.m. I found other stuff. I can't call them. I'm hiding. 9:11 p.m. From her? 9:11 p.m. I'm with the twins in the closet. Call the cops. I don't know where my dad is. I can't hear her. 9:12 p.m. Cam, please. 9:13 p.m. I called the police. They found Kate's dad slumped over the dining room table, bleeding from a head wound. They found Charlotte trying to break down the closet door with a bat. She'd gotten a bit more hasty than usual when Kate had spent a good hour printing out obituaries from 4 different states and showed them in their list to her dad. The police themselves, after searching the house, found some things carefully hidden away in the barn loft. Trophies, they said. Family pictures, Charlotte would have called them.